important changes are coming to Chromebooks in 2024. So be sure and watch this video if you are planning on purchasing a new Chromebook next year. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. I am a passionate Chromebook user and had the great opportunity to purchase Chromebooks when they first came out about 10 years ago. Through my passion of Chromebooks, I was able to meet a man by the name of ℙ𝕝𝕂𝕃 who had the same passion I did. We actually got together, talked about Chromebooks, and then started Tech for Senior. That's another story. We also produced a show called Learning Chromebooks, and we did a monthly series on this, which I will include the link down below and maybe up top here. Sometimes it doesn't work. And we will put that in there, and you'll be able to see about 36 or 38 shows we did about Chromebooks. So I am a passionate Chromebook user, and I wanted to do a video at the end of the year to talk about two big changes that occurred in 2023 for Chromebooks. So it's important that you do understand the changes that are going to occur in 2024 and how they might affect you. But more important is this may affect your purchase consideration of a new Chromebook. So let's go into this and I'll tell you my concerns. So the first big change that occurred in Chromebooks this year was lacrosse. Now I've done a video about lacrosse. I'll put again the link down below in the description and maybe up above, and you can click that and that'll go into a deeper dive in lacrosse. But in summary, the Chrome browser that we use in the Chrome operating system is one. In other words, the browser and the operating system are combined. Now this is much different on a Windows machine where you have your Windows operating system and the Chrome browser sits as an app on top. Now what's happened over the past few years, the update cycle on the Chrome browser has got shorter and shorter. In fact, today we're often getting Chrome updates every single week. Wow, that's changed a lot. So this created a big problem in the Chrome operating system on your Chromebook, because the only way to update the browser in your Chrome operating system is to update the operating system. And Google did this about once a month, but as these cycles got shorter and shorter, this became more problematic. So what they did this year is they detached the Chrome browser from the operating system, and the new Chrome browser, well, it's the same as everybody else, is called Lacrosse, and that is now available on your Chromebook. And I go into great detail on that in my video about that, so watch it, because you should be using that now. And the Chrome browser is now an app that sits on the surface of the Chrome operating system, and it is exactly the same version and exactly the same as you would be using on your Windows machine, and the update cycle is the same. That was a big deal for Google. Well done, and I think that was a very positive thing. So let's just have a look on my Chromebook now. I want to look at what version you should be on, and let me just show you where you'll find a few things about this lacrosse. So here we are on my Chromebook. You'll see the cursor here with a little circle around it. I am currently using on my Chromebook Chrome OS 119, and that is what everyone should be on as of December the 9th, 2023. Now let's check and see how we know what version we're on. So as I take my mouse, we're going to come down here to the bottom right corner, and I'm going to click here, and you'll see settings. Now, all of you will have what I'm about to show you. Then I will show you the lacrosse feature as the second part of this. So this will be the same for everybody. You're going to come down and you're going to see this little gear icon here. We're going to click this, and this is going to bring us over, and we're going to come down to the left side, and you'll see it says About Chrome OS. Pay attention to that, because we'll talk about that in just a minute. Okay, so we're going to click this, and we're going to come up now, and you'll see that we're using version 119, and this is the official build, and this is the current version you should be on. Now, if you're not, then just click this little button here, check for updates, and it will update it. Now, your operating system normally will update automatically. In other words, there's two copies of the Chrome operating system, a primary and a secondary copy, and Chrome automatically updates the secondary copy and switches it when you're not looking. Yes, when you turn your computer off and turn it back on again, it switches the secondary copy to the primary copy, so you always have a current up-to-date version. However, if you're a lid closer like I am, and you don't actually turn it off, you just turn the lid down to make your Chromebook go to sleep, it doesn't update the operating disk system. It doesn't switch those copies. So you might have to do it manually, and you just come over here and you'll just click the button there, and it will check for any new versions. All right, so let's get out of here. And I'm going to come up, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, and I'm going to bring up the Chrome browser. So let me bring up our Chrome browser now. This is where it's going to be different because I'm running ℙ𝕝𝕉. Now on here you'll see it looks as though, right, we've got our Chrome browser up. It looks as though it's the same. But what I want you to do is watch my cursor as I come over here to the top, and you'll see these three little dot menu here. Let's click this, and we're going to come down now because I want to find the settings for the Chrome browser. So I'm going to come down and we're going to click Settings. Okay, and let's come down, and we're going to come down to About Chrome on the left-hand side here. But look what it says. It's About Chrome. It's not About Chrome OS, right? This is the browser that's detached from the operating system. So we now have this is the Chrome browser, which I use, I have on my PC as well, and it's the same version. This is version 1.20.0. So I wanted to bring this up so you don't get confused, because what's going to happen is, just go back and we'll go over this one more time. If you come down to the right on everyone's Chromebook now, you'll come down to the right, and we're going to click Settings, and it's going to bring up the Settings menu. Now, those of you who have not converted to ℙ𝕉𝕉, you'll come down here to the About Chrome OS, or look at the settings here, and these are the settings that will incorporate changes for your Chrome browser and your Chrome operating system. Both will occur in this section. After you've converted, then you'll have two areas of settings to look for. There will, of course, be what I just showed you, and then there will be the settings that you will find when we bring up your Chrome browser, and you come up here, and what we're going to do is go to Settings, and now you'll see the settings. This is about Chrome, not Chrome operating system. This is about the Chrome browser. So if you want to make any changes to the settings in your Chrome browser, if you have ℙ𝕉𝕉, you will see this is where you're going to make them. And if you come up here and you look again, you'll see it's version 1.2.0, but look over here, it says ℙ𝕉𝕉 64-bit, and that's what you'll be seeing. So for those of you who have not converted to ℙ𝕉𝕉 yet, and it is only done under experimental flag right now, as I show you in the video, but that is going to occur in early 2024, and it will occur, and I'm not sure which version it will occur in, but the flip is going to occur in a version update. What will you know about this? Nothing. It'll be exactly the same. You probably won't even know it happened. The confusing part is that it's important that you understand that now you'll have two settings, because you'll have the Chrome browser will be separated from the Chrome operating system. A little bit confusing there when you're looking for things, but I hopefully that explains it. So the second feature I want to talk about today is Chromebook Plus. This is so important that you understand this. It could have really important implications if you're buying a Chromebook in 2024. So let me explain how this works. So in October of 2023, Google announced new hardware specifications for a designation called Chromebook Plus. In order to get this designation, your Chromebook had to have these specifications. And if they did, and I've put those up on behind me on the board here, if they had that, then the manufacturer can call it a Chromebook Plus. Also, if you had purchased prior machines that had those standards, then Google would also designate those as Chromebook Pluses also. So big deal. What's all this about? I thought it was a cool idea, because if you went to buy a Chromebook, then if you looked for a Chromebook Plus, then for sure you would see a certain standard, and you wouldn't have to be worried about speed and RAM and all the things that goes in there. You'd have a certain standard. So I thought it was a good thing. And for people who had bought serious Chromebooks this year, then most of their machines would be grandfathered in. And I expected that by the time Black Friday hit, that we would be starting to see lots of Chromebook Pluses in the store, and it would be, between now and Christmas, would be a huge number of Chromebook Pluses. That really hasn't occurred. In fact, at least in Canada, there were no Chromebook Pluses at Best Buy or on Amazon for Black Friday or around that time. I've seen very few Chromebooks actually for sale in the usual places I look, and we've just started to see a trickle in of new Chromebook Pluses, which will be more popular as we move into 2024. So what's my concern, and why am I worried about this? Well, the first I want to do is tell you about Chrome Unboxed. They're a great site that I would suggest you subscribe to, because Robbie Payne goes through and tests all the new Chromebooks that are coming out. Great reviews. It's an excellent site to watch if you're looking for Chromebooks. He just reviewed a Chromebook Plus with Chrome OS 119, which is what I have. Now, I have a Pixelbook. I have a Pixelbook, which is a high-end Chromebook. I've had that for about 5 years, and it's sort of on its last legs now, and I'm looking for a replacement. I thought for sure my Chromebook would have a designated of Chromebook Plus because it meets most of the specifications, but it doesn't. So the problem here is when Robbie Payne was going through outlining all the new features of Chrome OS 119, mine did not have some of those features because it's not a Chromebook Plus. Now, this coming year in 2024, I am so excited because there's going to be a lot of, let's say, AI moving in, and we're going to see Chromebooks really change and move ahead here to be competitive with all the other machines that are available today. So it has to change, and we have to have new features. The problem is that I don't think that a lot of these new features will be available unless you have a Chromebook Plus. So we're really creating two standards. We'll have Chromebook Plus machines and Chromebook Plus, and we'll have machines that are not Chromebook Plus, and certain features will only be available to the Chromebook Plus. And as we move down this road in 2024, I'm really concerned on what the functionality will be in a non-Chromebook Plus Chromebook. So I think that is so important. You've got to really watch this as we move into 2024, because you may be limiting yourself in functionality if you don't get a Chromebook Plus. So I'm so excited about Chromebooks in 2024. I think Chromebooks will continue in their popularity. I expect that lacrosse will be enabled on everybody's Chromebook in the next few versions. I'm not sure which one. And as we move into 2024, we're going to see lots of changes in the operating system, particularly with AI. Now, my concern, of course, is how many of these features will be available for all Chromebooks, and how many of these features will be limited to Chromebook Pluses. And I don't know the answer to that, But you know what? I do know the answer. If you want to stay connected to all the new videos I'll be making about Chromebooks this coming year, the one thing you have to do, you got it, the like and subscribe. And we'll notify you when all these videos about all the new features are coming out in 2024. Have a great day, and we look forward in 2024 to meeting you again. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Have a Merry Christmas.
The three modes of Microsoft's Copilot: balanced, creative, precise. When I asked Copilot to create an image depicting the three modes of Copilot, this is what it created. Balanced. This is the default mode when you start Copilot. Creative. This is the mode of Copilot that prioritizes novelty and innovation. Precise. This is the mode of Copilot that prioritizes accuracy and correctness. It is important to select the mode you intend to use before entering the prompt. Balanced. This is the default mode when you start Copilot. This mode is best for getting a blend of both creativity and accuracy, balancing the two aspects. You can use commands like, "What are some pros and cons of working from home? How can I improve my writing skills? What are some interesting facts about dolphins? Create a table of contents for my report." You can also use Copilot to perform actions on your PC, such as changing settings, taking screenshots, opening apps, and much more. For example, you can use commands like turn on dark mode, take a screenshot, open Excel, mute the volume. Let's explore some of these examples while using Microsoft Copilot. Let's put Copilot to work. I'll start it up by using the shortcut key combination of the Windows key and C for Copilot. And that opens up Copilot. You could also select the icon in the taskbar, but for me it's easier just to use the shortcut key, Windows key and C. Copilot is open. Make sure you select the right mode if it's other than the default balanced mode. And down here it says, ask me anything. And the question I want to ask is, what are some pros and cons of working from home? Now you can either type that in here, or you can simply use the microphone and say what you want it to do for you. So let's do that right now. What are the pros and cons of working from home? And as you can see, it doesn't take very long before your answer starts to appear. As you can see from here, this is a very complete answer. You will also notice in here that there are references so that you can always check on the accuracy of the reply. And I guess these items down here are considered advertisements, since this does work with Bing. Now you can, since it's already giving you an answer and it remembers what it gave you, you can, with the next prompt, let's see if we can get it to summarize that reply. Please summarize your answer.
Here's a summary of my answer. Working from home can have both advantages and disadvantages, depending on your personal and professional preferences. Some of the pros are more independence, no commute, increased productivity, improved technical and communication skills, and more flexibility. Some of the cons are increased isolation, increased home office costs, risk of overworking, communication and collaboration challenges, and less recognition and career advancement. I hope this helps. Thank you for chatting with me. Have a nice day.
So you can see that it gives you the opportunity to actually shorten its answer. So you have a choice. You can get the long answer, you can get a shortened answer, or you can use something in between. Just format your prompt to Copilot in such a way as to make it give you the answers you're looking for. I hope that helps.
It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, where we make videos to help seniors understand technology and to stay safe while they're traveling. Today I want to briefly look at the emergency services available on your Android phone. I think this time that we're going to be heading out traveling, sometimes in very inclement weather, I think it's a good time to look at the services that we have on our phone and make sure they're properly activated. So let's have a look. All right, let's have a look at the safety and emergency settings on my Pixel 6 phone. Then we're going to come down here to safety and emergency settings. Let's click this. And here we have all our personal emergency settings. So let's go over the safety and emergency features on your Android phone to just familiarize with what is available and what you should be using. So as we come down, we're briefly going to look at each one. We have, of course, medical information. This is self-explanatory. So we have emergency contacts. These are people who you've designated to be called in event of an emergency. We have emergency SOS. Let's click this, and it's important that you understand that pressing the power button quickly 5 times or more will start an emergency sequence. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of this, but this will set up. You should familiarize this for the area you're in and how that will be connected to your emergency services, which is different depending on what country and where you are. A car crash detection, I have mine turned on. Again, this depends on where you are and what service you have connected to, but this will detect and notify emergency personnel in the case of a car crash. Crisis alerts, we have, of course, crisis alerts I have turned on. Get notified about natural disasters and public emergencies affecting your area. So you would normally want to keep this turned on. Emergency location services, so they know where you are. You broadcast exactly where your location is, and this is, again, the details here, but it depends again on the area and if it is supported by your services. If the supplemental emergency location service is supported in your region, when you call or text an emergency number, your device will automatically send its location. Again, I have that turned on. We have earthquake alerts. This is not available in my area, but in certain parts of the world, this is very important. You'll get a notification. Unknown tracker alerts. We've talked about this before, but this will alert you if there's someone tracking you illegally in your area. You can see if that's occurring, and you can actually scan now and see. And then we have, of course, wireless emergency alerts. That again, these would come mostly from the area that you live in. You can do extreme threats, severe threats, amber alerts, test alerts. Now, I have my test alerts turned off because one of the problems with it is that it keeps sending you notifications every, 10 seconds until you actually respond on the phone. So it can be very annoying if you're not immediately available to turn that off. So those are the emergency features on your Android phone that you should be familiar with when you're traveling. Have a look at those before you set out and travel on your Christmas vacation. These are important services that you should be aware of.